Hello, this tutorial is about making another feature, using another feature called revolve. So what I want to make is I want to make a circular type of pyramid. Now I'm going to show you what I mean in a second. First, I'm going to show all my planes so you guys can see what I'm doing. So if you click on the plane and you select the eye, you can see all the planes. And this time I'm going to choose my front plane and I'm going to create a sketch on my front plane. So to create a sketch, this time I'm going to use a line tool and I'm going to start at the origin, I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to make some steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to run it back into the origin. So I have a little ladder. Now notice when I'm using line tool, they all automatically go parallel, horizontal, and vertical. This is very nice. So all I have to do now is to define my dimensions. So I'm going to use my smart dimensions to define this distance. I'm going to make it 2.5 inches. And I'm also going to define this distance as also 2.5 inches. There we go. All right. So now I need to define some distances over here. So I'm going to grab this dimension. Let's grab this one first. It doesn't want to do it. Let's grab this dimension. Okay, let's just select this line then if it doesn't want to do that, and select smart dimension. You can do that as well. And I want all of the steps to be 0.5 on all sides. So this is 0.5. This is also going to be 0.5. This one's going to be 0.5. And this one's also going to be 0.5. So if I make them 0.5 each and I have 5 of them, that's exactly 2.5 on each side. So this one's doesn't want to work. Okay, great. This one's 0.5. And this one, I also want to be 0.5. Okay, so I did something strange over here. I'm assuming this distance over here. Oh no, this distance is 1. Okay, let's make this 0.25. So what it did is I accidentally set up the dimension from the midpoint of this line to the point. So that's why I changed it to 2.5. Okay, so let's do this one. Once again, somehow it wants to do the midpoint. I dislike that because I highly prefer to just define the length of the line. Okay, so let's make this 1.5 as well. Now, I've defined all of these four. So if I try to define this line over here, it automatically tells me that it's 0.5 and it will give me this dialog box. It will tell me, do I want to make this dimension driven or do I want to leave this dimension driving? That means that it can have only one possible value. In this case, always leave this dimension driving and cancel this thing, okay? It's going to be fully defined after we define all this entire side. So now I want to go ahead and specify this one. This is going to be 0.5 as well. And now, once again, if I try to specify the length of this line over here, I will get exactly the same dialog box because I have specified 4 out of 5 right now. And I don't want to override SolidWorks in this case. I just want to leave it driving. And you can see I'm fully defined now. So my sketch is fully defined. I have a little bit of weird dimension going over here because I'm measuring from a midpoint to the top of the step instead of from the bottom. That was just SolidWorks being weird. You probably won't get that, so you can just do all of the steps as 0.5. So now I'm gonna exit my sketch. I'm gonna put Control-7, and you can see that I can see my sketch, and these are my planes, and I'm gonna revolve this sketch around my y-axis. And you can see that this is my y-axis because they're labeled over here. So I'm going to go into Command Manager, I'm going to go into Features, and I'm going to use Revolve Boss Base. And it asks you to do an axis of revolution. So I can revolve it this way, right? Or because my sketch is perfectly symmetrical, I can also revolve it around this line. It doesn't really matter which one I choose. So I'm going to use Revolve Base around this line. And I'm going to hit OK. And now I have my perfectly good shape. Great. So let me hide some of my planes so they don't interfere with me looking at them. All right. So this is my lovely shape. You can see that this is my shape. And now the next question comes in, what if I want to make a hole through it? I don't want to shell it because I don't want to make it into a cup. I just want to put a hole through it. Okay, so this is what I need to do. I need to select a surface and I need to make a sketch on that surface. And I'm going to go ahead and select my top plane so that I can see what sketch am I making. And I'm going to make a circle with its center at the origin. And its radius is going to be 0.3 probably. So let's see. Let's get some smart dimension. And I'm going to make my radius as 0.6 inches. And I'm right away fully defined. So now I can exit my sketch and I can go into the Command Manager and I can use Extrude Cut. So I'm going to grab the Extrude Cut, and it's already tells me that it's going to use this one. And I also need to know how far am I cutting. So I'm going to choose through all. So my hole is going to go through everything in my sketch. So let's take a look. So you can see I now have a lovely hole coming out on the other side. There we go. And that is all I wanted to show you today.